my sense of call moved really quickly from surprise to, oh wow, this might actually be my time to embrace this new journey, leave behind my career and go somewhere completely different. So my home's on the west coast of Canada. I grew up in the suburbs of Vancouver, British Columbia, and that's where I live now as well, in Port Coquitlam. So I grew up in the church. My parents are church members, and church was a big part of my life growing up. And I loved my home congregation in Vancouver. You know, one of my frustrations as a kid was that no one would give me easy answers. I wanted to know what the right way to see things was. And people in my congregation weren't like that. They were like, you have to kind of find your own way spiritually and theologically. I think it's probably one of the best gifts I was given growing up, is to be able to kind of make my way and make sense of the world. In the space of loving community, I never felt alone in that journey. It was always in the midst of my people. And the other thing I love about my congregation growing up is that they're a congregation of a bit of troublemakers. And so I come by my troublemaking, honestly, I think, in some ways, because they never settled for small tables or small tents. They were always looking, how can we draw the circle wide? How can we make more people feel included? And whether it was taking legislation to World Conference or going to protests and things like that, that was always part of what it means to be part of Community of Christ to me and that congregation. I'm really grateful that that's where I was formed. This call was a big surprise for me. I was not expecting it. But I would say it's funny the way the Spirit works. I'm really excited. This has been a big change in my life, to leave behind my previous career and step boldly into something new. And I'd always wondered if I might work for the church someday. I wasn't at a point in my time when I could really seriously look at it. But I started talking to some folks. And then all that summer, I kept hearing the hymn, "You Have Come Down to the Lakeshore," which is about calling and about leaving behind your small boat to seek other seas. And every time I heard that hymn, I would cry. And I wondered if there was a call for me somehow coming through. And the day that Stacy presented me with my call, the next day I was at a church event, and the song that the pianist played after the end of the hymn sing was "You Have Come Down to the Lakeshore." I've thought of myself as a leader since I was in high school, but I think, from what people tell me at least, it's my calmness under pressure, my sense of being grounded in the Spirit in everything that we do, whether it's a business meeting or a small group or some other kind of just one-on-one connection. I'm known to be someone who runs a good meeting, which is kind of a funny thing to be known for. But I think what people are really saying when they say I run a good meeting is that I really want to hear everyone's voices. Hearing everybody's voice is really important to me, and making the space and the environment, in the words I say, in the body language I have, in the place we create together, where people feel safe to share and people feel their voices heard, is really important to me. And I think we can do that in a good meeting. We can also do that one-on-one, and we can also do that from the pulpit. There's a lot of ways that we can make sure. And I think that's one of the gifts that I bring, is my commitment to hearing all those voices. And what I would ask of the Worldwide Church, first is prayers. There's a lot of us who are new to this work, and we need all of them. We need all the prayers, all the support that we can get. I would also say, I need your voice. I need to hear I know what that's like to do in my congregation and in my mission center, but I don't know what that's going to be like to do for the whole church. And so I want to hear perspectives I haven't heard before. I want to hear feedback. I know already that there's going to be really hard times, and I know there's going to be really joyous times, and I'm really excited for those times together.